Today has been insane with leaks about Zero Hour, the upcoming chapter finale event. A massive countdown is active above Springfield Town Square, and we've gotten our first official look at the event. Spoilers ahead. If you're hyped for the Seven's return and this event, which looks to be something unlike anything we've ever seen, drop a like and leave your theories below. Don't forget to join the Dr. P Discord too for a chance to be in my next video. Chapter 7 Season 1 is officially going to be called Pacific Break, which definitely lines up with the whole West Coast Vegas type theme we've been talking about. And the official chapter logo has been revealed, and as you can see, it is sticking right with that yellow and black color scheme we have been discussing, which is a little bit more ammo behind the theory that the Seven could be returning as reality warriors. I made a whole video on that if you want to go check it out. And of course, Seven is written out the whole word. Also revealed today was the official Zero Hour event trailer, and oh boy, there are numerous things to point out about it. First of all, it appears that all of our Chapter 6 collabs are coming back to help fight against the Dark Presence. You've got Godzilla, King Kong, the Megazord, and even huge Homer coming into the battle. All of these different giants, or Titans, now makes the bunker that was blinking the Morse code message of Titans pretty recently make so much sense. Oh, and by the way, that very same bunker in OG is now blinking 0 hour in Morse code. Something really notable about this event trailer was the appearance of this Rift device. There were 5 different instances of the Rift device, and it appeared that every time it kept getting a little bit more charged up. As you could tell by these indicator dots here on the side. Fortnite Lore Approved says, "I'm telling you now, this is near the end of the event. Most heroes, including Jones and Hope, are down. Rift device is down, but charging slowly. Once it's fully charged, it's gonna open a portal, and who's gonna come flying out of it? Them," of course referring to the Seven. The Seven are almost certainly going to be appearing in this event. We know they're going to be coming back, and to me, this Rift device is in fact the key for their return. Remember back to the Zero Crisis event, the event in which Jones defied the IO to go straight to the Seven to help fix the 0 point. The way Jones got into contact with the Seven was by throwing the Rift device, this very same one, into the 0 point. And when he did it, a meteor popped out of the sky, and when it landed, it was revealed the foundation was inside. So in other words, this device has already been used to call upon the Seven in a time of need, and I don't think it's a coincidence at all. They focused so heavily 5 different times on showing that device during the trailer. Also, it's very unlikely that Jones has forgotten that was the way he actually got help before, so he might opt to do it again. With today's leaks, we have also gotten some major hints via voice lines and dialogues from the event, and there are a couple of crazy ones. First up, Hope mentions the cube by name by saying the cube? That's not crazy, that's insane. Dog from the Discord says this update added back a couple Red Cube related assets that are currently unused, possibly being referenced by something encrypted. I think we'll be seeing the Red Cube during the event. The last time that we saw the Red Cube was in OG's In-Between, where it still sits to this day apparently. What do you guys think? Is the cube going to be red, or is it going to be purple, or maybe even some sort of different color during the event? My guess personally is red. But the most interesting voice line from Hope is this one where she says, "Who is piloting that?" I wonder what she could be referencing. Not saying this will be the last voice line of the event, but it is the last voice line that has been leaked, which would kind of line up with the theory we talked about earlier with the Rift device charging up right at the end and summoning the Seven. It seems to be the community consensus that Hope is referring to the Visitor's rocket, which would come shooting in via a portal to help fight against the Dark Presence. Ever since it was revealed that the Seven would be returning, I've always thought that the first one back would be the Visitor, since we know that he's been roaming around on the OG island, and was the first member of the Seven that was teased to have escaped the Chrome corruption. Something else that a lot of people are talking about from the trailer comes at the very end, where you can hear Hope yelling out to Jones frantically, almost in a panic. She sounds really concerned as they both go head to head with the Dark Presence. The Raging Reaper says, at the end of the cinematic teaser, Hope can be heard screaming for Jones. Does he sacrifice himself with the Rift Gun to save the island maybe? If it came down to it, I'm very confident Jones would do it with no hesitation. But he's also probably the game's most iconic character, and it would really suck to lose him. If this does happen, I hope he doesn't sacrifice himself before members of the Seven have time to reunite with him. That's one of the major things that I want to see. I want to see the interaction between Jones and members of the Seven after all this time. Them getting to meet Hope too is going to be a nice touch. Something pretty interesting is that the Risky Reels sign that's displaying the event teasers is now traveling through the Omniverse. So not only is it on the OG island, but it's on the Springfield Island, several Reload Islands, and even Blitz. Paper Mark says it's like it tries to invite loopers across the Omniverse. Very chilling. We've seen a few things rift from OG to the main BR island a few times, but given that this is happening on the same day that the 0 Hour trailer came out, it serves as a nice piece of evidence to segue in the Red Cube and even the Visitor, since we know they are on the OG island, and this prop just came from the OG island, so maybe a bit of foreshadowing there. CJ has a theory. What if we travel the Omniverse via the in-between and we see the Havoc Cube, aka the Red Cube, and it's seeping into the reality it was corrupting. Then we see the rocket enter one of the realities, which happens to be on Enoshima. This would definitely be one way that makes sense to get the Red Cube into the event, because we know it's just chilling in the in-between, so in a lot of ways it makes sense that we might just kind of travel through there, especially since we know we're going to be doing some sort of interdimensional travel anyway, so it's very likely we could end up there. The Visitor, LOL, in my Discord says, what if the Seven have always been reality warriors, but because only 7 of them are left, they were nicknamed the Seven? Doesn't mean they're called the Seven. Sure, the IO had a file calling them that, but it very well could have been because of how many members of the group there are. We really don't know very much about the Reality Warriors other than the fact that Paradigm is a member and is also a member of the Seven. I really like this theory. It's possible indeed that the Reality Warriors encompassed the current members that we know as the Seven, but over time some of them got killed off or left or whatever, and so then it narrowed down to just them. And so then opposing factions just started calling them the Seven. What the 7 of us are attempting is very risky. Wording is very important. The way that's written definitely leaves up some room for interpretation. It's gonna be a long 10 days until this event, but I absolutely cannot wait. Please drop a like and subscribe if you're new and you want to see more videos, and drop a comment down below letting me know your theories. Of course, I'll be sure to keep you updated, and thanks so much for watching.